I have a lot to do today, you guys. I have to move things to bigger containers. I have to do some fertilizing and some trimming. So let's start. This is the fertilizer that I'm going to use for my indoor seedlings. It smells pretty bad, you guys. I didn't choose something that had fish in it because of the smell. I am starting my things indoors in my upstairs. If I was in the garage, if I was in the basement, maybe I wouldn't care as much as the smell. I chose this thinking that it wasn't going to smell that bad, but I was definitely wrong. This thing smells like really bad. Hopefully it doesn't stick around too much, but I'm going to try it once and see how it does. Today is supposed to be a nice day, so I'm going to open the windows to let the essence go away. It calls for 2 ounces per gallon. So when you start to do your fertilizing for your seedlings, you gotta keep an eye on the amount of fertilizer that you give them, because you can easily burn the little roots on your seedlings. So read the instructions and use about 1/4 of the amount recommended. So this guy calls for 2 ounces per gallon. So I only use 1/2 ounce per gallon. So I already got that mix in my 1 gallon container using regular water, nothing else. And another thing that you also have to keep in mind is that your seedlings cannot be fertilized when they are completely dry. If you are planning to fertilize your seedlings on a Friday, maybe the Thursday before, give them plenty of water. That way they are not completely dry, because they're just going to soak all of those nutrients at once. And even with the diluted fertilizer in it, that could also be harmful. So this is how I normally fertilize my seedlings. I don't just go around giving water to each container. I am not sure about exactly how much water they're going to need all at once. So what I do is that I bring my containers to my table, and then I just dip them for a few minutes, let them soak a little bit of that fertilizer, and then I move them back to their original flat or to their original container where they are standing with no holes. This is how I do it. I know a lot of people just go around with the watering container, giving, like a regular water into the seedlings. That is fine as well. Whatever works for you. This is how it works for me. So that's what I'm showing you today. And then now it's time for the onions. This is the first time that I fertilize them. This container, the pink one, has holes at the bottom. So I am going to leave them there for a minute. But while I wait for that, I am going to give them their first trim. So I am just going to go about here. And you can save the little cuttings that you take. And you can add that to your salads or soups. Or you can just put them straight into your compost pile. And you can really, really smell the onion. So this is how I am going to start nasturtiums today. This video has been recorded in a 2 to 3 day period, you guys. You notice the change of outfits and change of lighting as well. I have 4 different types of nasturtiums that I'm going to be growing. I am going to put the pictures on the screen so you can see what I have here. Some of them are just like the dwarf variety. Some of them are the more trailing variety. I want to try them all today, but one that I like them all, but the one that I'm really, really excited is the Cherry Rose Jewel. I absolutely love the color of that one. They're all special in a way, but I think that definitely this year my favorite is going to be this one, but who knows. Nasturtium seeds have to be soaked for a few hours or overnight before you start them from seed. I did this last year and they work well, so I am repeating that as well. So I have all of the seeds here soaking in water from last night, and I am going to use these containers that I have been using in the past, and they seem to work well. And I didn't want to start them in the little containers this time, just because I know that they will grow quickly and I will have to be potting them up often. So I'm just going to start up in a big container. So hopefully when they are ready to be potted up, I'm just going to go from this container to a solo cup container, so you can see a difference. And hopefully that will give me enough time to get these plants mature to be transplanted outside. I am going to be using potting mix this time. I am not going to use seed starting mix, only because I am running out and I have way more potting mix right now. I am positive that that's going to work well for them. So I am going to start, and basically I have several seeds here. So I am going to go 2 to 3 seeds per cell. I am positive that I'm going to get at least one of those germinated, and we will go from there. So I got the nasturtiums done. I am going to put them in a tray, and they're going to go in on one of my shelves under the LED lights that I have back there. So I am done potting up my tomatoes. It took me a little bit. I had made all of the name tags beforehand because I knew that I wanted to be ready for it. The roots on the tomatoes were actually pretty healthy. They weren't as massive as I thought it was going to be, and they were really easy to separate. I actually watered the tomatoes before yesterday, so they will be nice and somewhat moist to be able to separate them. And I just put them in their own little container, and hopefully they'll be here for 2 or 3 weeks before I have to pot them up again into solo cups. And from the solo cups, they will go straight into the garden. At least that's the plan. Thank you so much, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Until the next video.